Today's gonna be hectic.
We like to refer to it as brand Cincinnati.
We're not gonna run from anybody.
Go, Eric! Let's go!
You're gonna pay in the beginning to get what you want in the end.
I will never again be embarrassed by non-playing. And that's what you guys play like.
It's definitely tough to be a Bearcat.
When you talk about Cincinnati basketball, the first name that comes to mind is the Big O, Oscar Robertson, who put the Bearcats on the map in the late 50s. The other name is Hugs, Coach Bob Huggins, who lives and dies by the three intangibles he used to resurrect the beleaguered Bearcat program: intensity, hard work, and don't forget defense. When Huggins took the head coaching job in 1989, the question was, would he be able to reach the players, get them to believe, and dedicate themselves to that tremendous challenge that lay ahead? Well, 3 years later, that answer became obvious, as the Bearcats, behind the sharpshooting of guard Nick Van Exel, made it to the Final Four. Since then, the Cincinnati Bearcats have won over 75% of their games, 15 conference titles, and made it to the Elite Eight 3 times. Kenyon Martin, Danny Fortson, and Dermar Johnson are just a few of the 11 NBA draft picks who Huggins has coached. But not one of those accomplishments are as important to Cincinnati basketball and to Coach Bob Huggins as the reputation the Bearcats have earned. It's a reputation that players past and present take very seriously. It's also the reason why everyone in college basketball knows it's tough to be a Bearcat.
You get a pair of sneakers and a hard time. That's what you get here.
There's nobody in the country that works as hard as we do.
If you buy into the system and if you work hard, you'll leave here being the best player you could possibly be.
And that honestly doesn't happen in some places.
Typically, programs take on the tendencies of their head coach. Coach Huggins is a very tough, very resilient man, hard driving, demanding.
See, the problem is the damn shot clock has run out, or they come down and throw the ball to somebody and nobody's where they're supposed to be because we got guys don't know what they're doing.
I'm Bob Huggins, the head basketball coach at the University of Cincinnati. I grew up in a coal mine town. I grew up in a town of 500 people, 2 stoplights, 9 bars. I mean, you know, people worked. So I grew up in Northeast Ohio, and it snows a lot in Northeast Ohio, you know, and you kind of wake up and it's snowing and snows everywhere, and you turn the radio on to see if you have to go to school. And I can't ever remember them saying Midvale Mine number 9 won't work. It was always Midvale Mine number 9 will work, you know, and they worked every day, and they didn't care if it snowed or rained or sleeted, hailed, whatever, they worked.
You see the cut, coach? Passed the ball and ran to that corner over there. While you're running to that corner over there with your back turned, the defense is going to sit right in here because you're zero threat to doing it. You can't do it, man. You have got to come in here hard, make that defense play you, now open up and get out of there where you're seeing and get to here. If you run that cut, what you do is because you're so lazy, you cheat your teammate. That's what you do. You cheat your teammate out of a goal.
Put pressure on the basket. Make them guard the basket.
It's not hard, man. It's not hard. Do it right.
And how are you getting any better if you're not out there? You know, and it amuses me to a point that, you know, guys are tired. They're 18 to 22 years old. You know, how they get tired? They ain't get tired. They're not tired. Now, you know, mentally tired? Yeah, they may be mentally tired. Well, we make them concentrate for 3 hours. That makes you mentally tougher. It makes you a better person.
It's pretty tough to be a Bearcat. Mainly, you got to be really mentally tough. You know, you got to be focused every day. It's coming here 3 hours, 3.5 hours, you know, the whole season. And, you know, it takes a toll on your body, and you just got to be real tough, you know, mentally and physically to play here.
We're going 3 hours, and we're going to go 3 hours every day. and we're going to give maximum effort on every drill. And that is really what's expected from the get-go. So I don't know if it's not a rah-rah type of thing. It's just, hey, we're going to work hard, let's get after it. And anything less than that really is not accepted. It's just not tolerated.
I don't know, what are we, the 4th or 5th winningest program in the last 10 years? And we don't have the 5 or 6 McDonald's All-Americans like those other people have. You know, we have guys that come in and work like crazy, and they get better because they work.
Keep him there. Keep him there. I can play.
Then I've never seen a program like it. The conditioning just, if you're not prepared for it, it'll run you out of here. If you're not going to be tough, then you can't survive here.
It's definitely tough to be a Bearcat. I mean, it's a lot of tough things we have to do. The way we practice for 3 strong hours every day, going hard, most of it's defense.
Head up, you're giving too much of an angle.
Balance, J-Mo. Balance, J-Mo. See them both, Suey.
It's tough to be a Bearcat. I mean, you got to play now, and it's an everyday deal.
Well, you're all the way out here, and a guy goes to block you out, you can run out of bounds. You run out of bounds, come back in. Don't let them block you out. Not like they're trying. Sully hasn't blocked anybody else since he's been here. He just found out what the word meant.
Some guys fight it. You have to give in to it. You have to accept it. You have to drink the juice, so to speak, so that at the end of the day, you give your all, you believe in what is being taught to you, and eventually you'll start seeing the fruits of your labor.
Number one thing, you must believe.
We're not going to run from anybody, and just my personality is not to wait on people to attack us, you know.
You're watching CSTV, college sports television. More college sports than any other network.
We are bigger and stronger and faster because we work at it. You know, I went to Walsh College, we had 3 scholarships. We're playing against people who had 12 and 15. You know, how do you compete with those people? How do you beat those people?
Come on, way down now. Here we go.
One of the way you do it is you outwork them. And so we started the weightlifting thing at Walsh College.
3, good. Big push, up.
And it's become a whole lot more sophisticated now. It's totally bypassed me, but we hire good people.
We gotta get 3, Jay. Work to get it. Up. My name's Scott Greenwald. I'm the assistant strength coach here at the University of Cincinnati. Hold right there. One more. Here we go. Get it. Come on, Jay. Pull. Right there. Now, nice and slow and away. Big fight. Nowadays, I think everybody in the country is lifting, doing something. And again, 10 years ago, that probably didn't happen. You know, we were one of the few that did lift. Now, I think everybody does something. So what does that make us do? That's got to make us try to work a little bit harder. Come on, 2 more. Up, up, up. One more. Up, Jay. Good.
Weightlifting is a big part of our program. You know, we lift, 3 times a week, even during the season, and it comes in, handy whenever we play. And, I think we're a lot stronger than most of the people we play. We have about 6 or 7 guys that bench over 300 pounds, and it's all just hard work in the weight room.
Come on, Jay White. Up, get it. Come on, up. Right there. Fight down slow, down slow, down slow. One, I think it makes you a better basketball player. I mean, that's why they do this. It's not just to spend time in a weight room. I mean, this makes you a better basketball player.
In the beginning, it's hard. In the beginning, I was, sick. I couldn't go through it. My body wasn't used to it. But after a while, it becomes natural. And as long as you keep that, high intensity up in the weight room, I mean, you'll get used to it, and it pays off on the court.
Come on, big squeeze. They know, one, they got to be stronger. They're not going to play. And Hugs, and that's the thing. Hugs stress. If you can't do weights, you can't practice. You can't play games.
They're accountable. They do lift every day, and they go at it with the same kind of vigor that they approach practice with.
6. Come on, at least 2.
Scott's terrific. I mean, what he does down there with those guys is every bit as important as what we do with them on the floor.
Finish it. Finish it. Good. Fight the reps. Slow. Slow. There we go. All right, what'd you weigh today? Huh? Jump on him. Yeah, get your big ass on there. Come on. Let me see what you got. Come here. Better not be in the 80s.
I'm in the 80s.
Come on.
I'm in the 80s, man.
Better go tape a 5-pound plate to your ass, son.
Huh? What'd you say?
Body search, man. Is that a 5 or 10 you got in there?
5.
Huh?
5.
190? Lying.
5, man.
Huh?
5. Huh? What, Jay?
Yeah. The mindset that is Cincinnati basketball is a 365-day a year task. And it speaks to our off-season program, it speaks to our weight training, it speaks to our day-to-day approach of trying to be tough and to try to have a diligent work ethic in everything that we do.
We're not going to run from anybody, and just my personality is not to wait on people to attack us, you know.
Run it till we get a peel back post for Rob. Let Rob peel back and post.
We want to be the aggressor. We want to take the ball to the basket. We want to establish an aggressive mindset by the way that we play and the way that we pursue the ball.
We're always in attack mode. We always want to stay in attack mode, and we like to bang inside. We got 2 big guys in there that are bruisers, so we're real physical that way, and we're also physical on the glass, going to the offensive glass and getting rebounds, so we like to attack, basically.
We try not to bog guys down with 10 million different sets. We try to put them in a position, again, where they can allow their instincts and their athleticism to make plays, and that ultimately is the offensive philosophy at Cincinnati.
It's all about mismatches. It's all about trying to take advantage of people. So we have a 6'8" and a 6'7" wing guy that generally get guarded by 6'2" guys. So we'll do things like, you know, out of the, let's say out of the UCLA high post, we'll do things like that to clear that guy out, and then run this guy, enter here, and run him off. Now you got lob to him. If you turn the ball here, they duck in and post right there, which is now you're 6'7" against 6'3" in the post. And if it's, you know, if it's somebody who's pretty good at shooting the ball, now you got these 2 guys here, and you got a guy over there. So now you've got your best player coming off a single double. So you can come off a double screen on that side and come off a single screen on that side. Getting there the fastest you can get there and getting something done when you get there. That's what it's about. I heard a guy say one time, you know, you take the shortest route to a ball carrier and arrive there in bad mood, and that's kind of what we try to do.
Defense has got him to what, you know, you guys see, winning.
I'm saying he's very defensive oriented. You know, he wants us to put more pressure on the ball than anybody else. He wants us to help, you know, each other more than anybody else, and that's our focus.
You know, you got to be a defender to play for Hugs.
This whole deal is about creating an illusion that people are open, but they're really not. You know, we know where we're going. So that guy had the ball out there, and you come at him like this, and he zipped that right past your ear, and that guy can't get there. Now, if you're here and you come at him, you got your hands up, and you make him lob it or bounce it, he damn better get there.
Putting people on their heels, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes somebody in their face all the time. That's not what people like. So, you know, if people don't like it, that's probably what you ought to do when you're trying to win.
Coach Huggins is very demanding, and he wants our kids to come out and be aggressive in nature, especially, and it all starts on the defensive end of the floor. And we like to refer to it as brand Cincinnati. It's what we're all about.
That's the biggest goal. That's the biggest thing Coach Huggins stresses is our defense, and that's the biggest thing we have to show as to get our playing time is playing defense.
We've got a ton of drills defensively that we do every day.
4+1, first group, let's go.
4-on-4+1 drill. It's pretty hard, especially when you got some of the best offensive players on the team.
It's pretty hard because you have to defend your man and also there's an extra guy on the court for offense. So you got to stay separated and help each other out.
you know, because you're one man short. You know, it's basically 5-on-4, and it's easy to rotate the ball and get open shots every time. So, and when people hit shots, it's hard to guard. You know, you got to keep practicing though, keep running, and then when somebody does put a shot up, you're one man short on the rebound. So everybody has to box somebody out and do a little bit extra, but it just makes us better and stronger.
You have to rotate, and that really helps. If you're down with that and you're getting that thing down packed, then you can play anywhere.
It brings our team closer together. You know, if someone gets beat, we go help them, you know, and then everybody makes a proper rotation, and then we end up getting the stop because everybody's doing the right thing. It helps us in our confidence, and it helps us, you know, as far as chemistry-wise.
Getting there the fastest you can get there and getting something done when you get there. That's what it's about. If you take 2 steps, you're going to get there faster than if you take 5, and that's all about angles.
I know what you thought. You know, you thought you had Max over here. Now, what happens when that guy comes over in here like this and seals you right here like this? Maybe seals you right here.
It's about angles, and it's also about vision, about knowing where you're going.
You can't get to guard him.
You know, a lot of people don't know where they're going because they have no vision. They don't see where they're going.
Let me explain so you guys know what I'm talking about. If we trap, we have to trap. And everybody has to make rotations, because if not, when they throw that ball out of there, you know what's happening, right? That's just like playing 4 and 4 plus 1. They got more guys than we got. That's hard, isn't it? 4 and 4 plus 1's hard. Well, you don't want to play like that the whole game. So when we trap them, and if they're going to throw it somewhere, it's got to be backwards. All right? Here we go.
But the bread and butter of Cincinnati basketball is half-court defense.
Turn around, turn around, turn around!
We have a box theory, which, again, we try to dictate ball side. We try to push the ball to the side of the floor that we want it to go. And then once it is on that side, we want to make sure that it stays on that side.
Divide the floor in half. And you got 2 boxes there. So we want to put it in one box and keep it in the box. And what happens is, as the ball moves up the floor, the box gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Down here, it's a pretty big box. When you get it down here, it's a very small box. So we don't really care about passes that shorten the box. We just don't want to switch boxes, and we don't want to make the box longer. So contrary to what a lot of people do, a lot of people will deny, the ball going there. Well, I want it there. I don't want it to come back. A lot of people deny this and let it come back because they're trying to fortify the goal. Well, we're totally opposite of that. Really like to see it down there, because if it's down there, this is the box now. That's all you got to guard. It's that box right there. Keep it in the box, don't let it come out of the box.
So that now the kids that are off the ball know, without exception, where they're supposed to be in relation to where the ball is.
This guy has a first pass ball side, this guy has a second pass ball side. So wherever it goes, gets passed here, this guy takes, pass down there, that guy takes. They just trade spots. This guy has everything coming away from the goal. One's out, one's in, always.
Typically what hurts your defenses and what we preach offensively through spacing and movement is reversing the ball. And as the ball swings from one side of the floor to the other side of the floor, there's a lot of things going on. All of a sudden, defenses have to completely shift their position. And not just 1 or 2 guys, but all 5 guys. So once the ball is on one side, we work very diligently to try to keep it on that one side.
I just can't figure out why people push it to the outside and then they say, don't let them throw it there. I mean, why would you do this? Why would you take and work with your point guard and say, push that ball over there, which is what everybody does, and then say to this guy, don't let him throw it there? Doesn't make any sense. If you want it there, let him throw it there. Now you got it where you want it.
Let's go, Eric! Let's go!
Same thing every half. No matter if we do good or bad, usually we're going to get chewed out. On the game day, we usually have shoot around for about an hour.
How you gonna meet?
And then we'll have a couple walkthroughs where we just walk the players through what they're trying to do and hopefully by game time, the players are walking on the court. There's not going to be anything thrown at them that they haven't been exposed to. They're not going to be worried about what the other team's going to do because they're pretty well prepared.
Hold on, another thing I've seen on the tape, what he do, if they don't hit this trap hard, you right there, Jay, just go back door. You're going to go back door and he hit you right there. They did that a couple of times against Virginia Tech.
The walkthrough definitely helps, because you definitely want to know what they're going to do. Helps with what you're going to do defensively, most of them.
Hey, they got skills, man. They got skills. They beat St. John's, they beat Virginia Tech.
Get up the line, Armin, get up the line. Black.
We're just getting to know each other and getting to know the speed of the game.
Jabber, he's curling every time.
And we just haven't gelled together yet. Everybody's new. We got a lot of new guys.
Swing it, go! Go!
And once everybody gets to know what to do, everybody will be fine.
Looked a lot better in practice than it did out here. They seem really. We started the game again like really tentative. We didn't come out and really attack them.
Let's go, mate. Let's go.
It's almost like they're afraid to make a mistake or something. We just didn't play hard, which kind of compounds things.
Get a ball!
But the time that we've spent on defense and with our veteran guys. They got 7 points the first half on out of bounds plays because we're just standing there.
Wide open. Wide. Look at this. Are you me? Swing it! Damn, pass the ball!
At halftime was just the same thing every half. No matter if we do good or bad, usually we're gonna get chewed out for doing something. So it was a lot of explicit words used, but I can't get into that.
We got some guys that just don't play hard enough.
Let's go, Eric! Let's go! Lethargic. Come on, Chad. Must be tired as hell. You can't run back. You gotta just be tired as hell not to be able to run back. I've never had guys that trotted back on defense.
Well, as I told him the other day, if I can find 5 or 6, that's enough. We've won pretty big with 5 or 6 guys. And those guys that don't want to play hard, we'll just set them over there and they'll have good seats for some pretty good games. We got a couple guys that think they're more stubborn than I am. Some of them haven't figured it out yet, but they will here soon.
Well, practice today is going to be hectic. It's going to be intense because we're going to have to execute everything perfectly, or we're going to be doing a lot of running. We're going to have to bring out some track shoes today.
Go!
We're going to go back and forth, back and forth. I got to make it in 22 seconds.
Go!
The best thing for me was for me to come here and play at the University of Cincinnati and play for Bob Huggins. But you're gonna pay in the beginning to get what you want in the end, man. So
I will never again be embarrassed by non-playing. And that's what you guys play like. And I told you last night, don't embarrass me again. I told you in KU game, it's the last time you embarrass me. Go!
And I think to a man, guys will say it's the hardest thing I've ever done. But they'll also say it's the best thing I've ever done.
It's definitely tough to be a Bearcat.